Hello, hello, hello. This is QED DeNile here, and today I've got a special treat for you. I'm bringing you a series of games that were spurred on by one of our other members, Misery, between Schnitzel and Yin. Now, as you know, we have a lot of platinums in QED. Unfortunately, we're waiting for them to move up to Diamond, then move to Master, and eventually us become a Grandmaster clan. As it stands, we have a lot of platinums in QED. So this became a bit of a fight between Yin and Schnitzel as to who has the best platinum by ladder points. They both are pretty close, and they both were arguing about it in the chat. So Mazari, being the instigator he is, suggested they should settle this on the battlefield. So our first map was Taldrum Altar, a PvP fun as map as ever. So don't be surprised to see some banter throughout the chat, as Maz is also ref, so he'll be taking note of what's going on. Sizzle's calling out this is the best of three. He's obviously worried about he's obviously already scared he's going to fall to a bit of a cheesy first 1-0 loss. A gateway going down by Yin already, who's spawned at the bottom. So they both play Protoss, I think. Schnitzel does play several different races. Yin specialises in Protoss. Yin didn't agree to the best of three, as we're hearing here. But I guess he's going to be forced into a best of three here. As Mazari will instigate probably as many matches as possible out of these two. So this is a bit of a grudge match. Yep, Mazari there, mate, you're in a best of three. So he has definitely declared what is going on in this match. And he'll be reffing who is hardest. So both of these are pretty standard PvP builds. Yin is slightly ahead in his gateway, but behind his gas. Schnitzel there saying that Mazari wants some entertainment. Well, these are two of our most promising platinum recruits, followed close by Fridge and Jenkins. Can't be at reverse Q either. They're all very, very, very promising platinum. I'm just waiting to see which one's the first one to come to Diamond. I'll be joyful to cast their first game as a Diamond player. That is my goal. I want to cast their first ladder match as a Diamond player. Interesting to see how they go. As it stands though, here we go. It looks like it's going to be a pretty standard build for both of them. The Cybercore is up earlier by Yin, which does put him ahead massively if this turns into some kind of 4-gate war, which in a PvP on Taldrum Altar is most likely. The probe here coming from Yin, he's scouted his opponent's base. I missed that. I wonder if Schnitzel scouted his opponent's base. Yep, Schnitzel's probe is in his opponent's base as well. So they both have scouted each other first up. Yin is just going to stay here and stare at the Nexus with his probe, while Schnitzel here is going to be running around like a madman. Yep, he's doing circles, so he's definitely noticed. Yin now is being cheeky and attacking fellow probes here. I never like to draw attention to myself when I'm a probe. Personally, I just think it's too much of a warning. Up an early Zealot out by Schnitzel. We'll get rid of this probe by Yin. Yin knows Warp Gate is slightly more completed than Schnitzel. So this is not looking good, as it looks like it's going to be some kind of 4-gate from both of them here. We have got the 4th gate going. Yep, 4-gate by Yin. So it's going to be a 4-gate by Yin. So far it's only 2 gateways up by Schnitzel. Let's see if he drops his other 2 now. Yin's Warp Gate will finish before Schnitzel, so this is not looking too good for Schnitzel here. He has got a Zealot out already, but it's not looking good at all. It looks like he's going to probably drop another gateway here. Yep, we've got another gateway going down. And another one, and another one. So it will be 4-gate versus 4-gate. Yin's is slightly more refined here, as he's going to have 3 gates finished around the same time as the Warp Gate finishes, and have it all ready before Schnitzel. So if he pushes really quick here, he can cause a lot of damage. The probe's up now to drop some proxy pylons. I'm hoping he'll drop one here, maybe one here. Oh, he's going to run too close. I think he's going to run too close to this probe and let him know what's going on. And he has. The probe's run straight into here, so the proxy probe has fallen, which is not a good start. Schnitzel has dropped his 1 proxy pylon behind here. Very wise move. Yin's now searching for any proxy pylons from Schnitzel. That was a very bad move by that probe there. Yin has got 1 proxy pylon up there as well. So both dropped in similar locations, but that probe could have dropped one up here in the corner here that wouldn't have got noticed and helped the 4-gate a lot more. Yin's now done his little scout with his stalker and scouted no proxy pylons in his base. He's now pushing out with his mass stalkers. Unfortunately, by the time he hits now, Warp Gate will be done. Yep, Warp Gate will be done. It was a bit of a misclick there. He decided to start building units out of it when he had Warp Gate just about finished. Warp Gate will be done for Schnitzel as well. So unfortunately, he's missed his timing now, Yin. This is going to become a bit of a micro battle between the two. And see where it goes from there. More stalkers coming out from Schnitzel. I'm going to bring up the unit count, because I find it's going to be a hell of a lot more useful on this. Slightly more probes for Yin. Slightly more stalkers for Schnitzel. They're going to engage here. Yin has managed to isolate a bit of, Schnitzel's managed to isolate a bit of Yin's force here, which is not a good start at all. He's falling back. I'm not sure why. He could easily isolate some of Yin's forces there. He's fallen back to a little choke here. And warping in a hell of a lot more Zealots. So now the Zealot count for Schnitzel is going to be a lot higher than Yin's. Yin has got a lot more stalkers, but it's not going to help too much against the Zealots. The Zealots are going to take a lot of damage for Schnitzel, but they can be kited, which is the other issue. He's moving in here now. He's managed to target down. No, he still hasn't targeted down any of those Zealots. First the Zealots fall. Another one's going to fall now. No, he needs to target down those Zealots. He's doing a good job of kiting them, but all of them are low health, but none of them are actually dead. Here we go. Now they're starting to fall now, but a couple of Stalkers have fallen. He's fallen back to his pylon though, which is where Schnitzel does not want to be, as the warping can cause a lot of damage. He's going to target down that sentry too. So that's going to be unfortunate for Schnitzel. He's going to lose any ability of casting another force field. The Stalker count though favours Schnitzel now, and he's got a Zealot to help tank, so he's going to chase his force back again. Another couple of Zealots coming in for Yin. He needs to get a full round though of warpins. He has got the probe advantage. More Zealots coming in again for Schnitzel, so another tight little micro battle here. A bad move there by Schnitzel. He got caught moving instead of attacking. He's lost a couple of Stalkers, but he has got some Zealots now tanking damage, and they are tanking very well. And these Stalkers are going to push Schnitzel Yin back. Yin now is in a very tough predicament. He has got some sentries out, so he has dropped one force. He'll drop another one and retreat if possible. He's now caught himself quite chuck. He's going to lose his force. Unfortunately, he's going to lose everything here. He needs to target down what he can. He's not going to be able to target down enough though. Schnitzel falling back. I'm not sure why. He could easily force through that group. Yin needs to fall back now. This full gate has failed for him. He has got more probes though back home, but his full gate has failed. And he needs to fall back as soon as possible. He's going to be able to kite that Zealot for a while, but he needs to fall back now. This is pretty much it for Yin's full gate attempt. It has failed pretty miserably here. Schnitzel has got a proxy pylon up here, but this probe here from Yin, we'll see if any units run past. Schnitzel has got the tower as well, so you'll see that there's only one Stalker running very quickly home. He has warped in a lot of sentries now to defend the front, and a Twilight Council is up. So we'll see where they progress from here. We'll go back to the Construction tab, see what's going on. Schnitzel's dropped his second gas, but Yin's already got his second gas up, so he's got two gases running at full tilt now, producing a lot of gas, enabling to get that large sentry count out very quickly. Yin's going for, no, he's going for charge. I didn't know what he's going for then. Changed his mind several times. He's going for charge, which will stop Stalker's count from, sorry, will stop Stalkers from kiting his units, which will come very handy. As it stands though now, he's got to deal with a couple of Zealots now trying to make a run into his base, which will also let you know that there is some kind of proxy pylon nearby, and he will now search for that. He's going to go for the walk and see what he can find. I wonder if he will check behind here, and he will. And Yin will spot that proxy pylon, preventing any kind of proxy pylon coming in. Charge is halfway completed. Schnitzel is now moving out with a very, very large force, and will be hard to hold against. Will be very hard to hold against, as he will have no idea that it's coming. He saw that Stalker, and he needs to fall back now. He's going to try and hold this ramp here, which has got more chance of holding with that many sentries. But if drop back here, you can definitely force field that. That's only two. You can force field two places for quite a while here, while Charge finishes up, which will prevent any Stalker kiting. As it stands though, Schnitzel here, did he bring a probe with this? No, he didn't bring a probe with it. So he isn't going to be able to here we go. Here's the probe now from Schnitzel to build some proxy pylons. Probably bring around here to build one here as well. There's a lot of Stalkers in this group. He definitely outnumbers Yin, but Yin is going for the dodge. He's going for the Dark Shrine. It all depends how long he can hold this guy's off the force field. He's got a lot of Zealots here to tank, which means he can drop a couple of force fields, fall back, and just keep going like that. And that's all he's building now. He's just building Zealots to tank. And as long as he doesn't let those Stalkers get through that gap, and in here so they can kite around, he's pretty much fine and can defend. And if that Dark Shrine comes up, a Robo's only just been started by Schnitzel, so it all depends what he builds first out of that Robo. Whether he'll be able to defend against these DTs when they come. The Robo will finish in time and start producing, but will he have an Observer in place at the right time? Doesn't matter if you have the Observer out, it all depends on where it's placed. He's got these Zealots spread very nicely here, and Charge will be very effective in this area. So they'll just circle the whole Stalker group here. He's pushing in. He's got him on. He's managed to drop one force field. He didn't manage to trap what he wanted. He wanted to trap half the Stalkers in and just charge for his Zealots, but Schnitzel, feeling that something's up, has decided to hang back and not fall for that trap. And Yin is now going for a Warp Prism. He's going to DT drop with the Warp Prism. A very, very cheeky move here. He's going to hold the base of Zealots and then DT Warp with the Warp Prism. Schnitzel now, what is he? He's got an Observer coming, so he's got one Observer coming. Whether or not it'll come in time, or whether or not where he's got it rallied is a big question. Yin teasing now, asking why it didn't come in. This Observer is rallied to go straight over to the base. It'll go straight past. Schnitzel now thinking he's smart because he didn't come in. He didn't fall for the trap. Mazari is loving this. He's watching this game and enjoying every moment of it. More Zealots coming out. So it's going to be a mass charge lot from Yin. A good way to deal with the stalkers because they will not be able to kite if you can trap them. He's going to have to move. Oh, no. No. Oh. Schnitzel's being very, very cautious. He's got enough force he can push in, but he's just not 100% sure what he has behind here. Now, the warp prism is heading over there, and the observer has left, and he's building an immortal, so he will not be able to build a warp prism in time, an observer in time. And this is on hold position, and this stalker is going to start picking away at this sentry. He doesn't want to reveal his charge. He's had to reveal his charge now. He doesn't want to lose that sentry. He's dropped some pretty bad force fields here, and he's going to lose a lot of his zealots now in this engagement. He needs to pull him back and get him behind that force field. As it stands, though, he's lured them out. He needs to drop some more force fields and defend here. He's got some DTs, but there is observers out on this side of the map. I'm not sure where it is, but there is an observer out on this side of the map somewhere. The DTs, though, are back here. It has chased away all the probes. There's no probes now. The probes are running back towards the main army. The observer has arrived to deal with the DTs. Schnitzel is now forcing his way in. He has an observer here. Those DTs need to fall back, though. They're not going to do much against an observer-filled army. This is too much for Schnitzel. It's very clever. The force fields, unfortunately, let his units in, which is what Yin didn't want to have happen. He did not want to let his units past here, and he did. So Yin's going to fall here, unfortunately. Schnitzel has pulled the win off here. The observer preventing the DTs from being able to do too much damage. Schnitzel will not have any probes by the end of this, but will have more of a force, which unfortunately is all you need. You don't need probes if you've got the army to win, and he will have the army to win, as there is nothing left for Yin. He's only producing off 2 gateways now. He's now got his probes in on to help defend as best they can, but unfortunately they're going to fall pretty quick. And this immortal will fall. He might be able to take a hero immortal out of this yet. It's got 4 kills. It's still alive. But it will fall soon now. There's just too many stalkers there. There's no gateways producing any more units. Schnitzel has won this. There is a couple of zealots parking away in Schnitzel's base, but he has got a couple of probes. He's got enough probes they can build another base. Yin's got any probes on the map whatsoever. He's got no he's sneaking a probe away. He has snuck a probe away. So he will be able to build another nexus somewhere if he's quick. And doesn't get exposed. As it stands, though, he's waiting a bit long and he will be exposed before he gets to actually build that other nexus. There's a few probes sneaking away from Yin. He's going to do probe on probe. Schnitzel's going to catch the other probe out and chase it down. Yin's stuck now. He's seen that probe's nearly half damage and is heading back. Schnitzel has got a far higher supply advantage, but these zealots are slightly taken away. He's going to put the zealot. He's put the Dark Templar into his warp prism to hide it. Schnitzel has got the bigger army here, though. He's rebuilt his nexus back in here, very cheekily. But he just hasn't got the forces, though. Schnitzel can just walk over and waltz over all this. He's got his probes over here. Schnitzel's quite unhappy with that, as he needs to move Observer back now. He's going to keep his probes with his army, though. I'm not sure if that's probably just to keep them safe so they can build. He's going to keep the Observer over his army as well, as he knows that he can't target down the pylons, whatever. This game's going to drag on a bit now until Schnitzel decides to actually attack something. We need him to actually attack and finish this off, which I'm hoping he's doing now. He is moving out now. He should be mining. He may as well start mining, I guess. Nothing else for him to do. These zealots are slowly hacking away at these buildings. He's dropping a pylon. I guess he's got some minerals, so why not? Schnitzel is moving out, but he has got proxy pylons everywhere that have got to be targeted down, and cannot be targeted down if they're up here. The zealots are up here attacking. They're bringing everything down slowly, but he's just going to regenerate shields in every building that he hits. Yin's just being annoying here. There's nothing really he can do. It's GG by Yin, but he's just being really annoying and just slowly hacking away at everything. Taking the side route first while he's regenerate the shields again, just so they've got something else to hack at for a while. Yin has admitted now that he's lost and is given GG. So go into game 2 between these two in a little grudge match and see what comes from there. This is QED DeNile, out.